Have you ever looked at a banana and thought, that is a perfectly yellow banana? It seems like a simple fact of the world. The banana is yellow, the sky is blue, and grass is green. But what if I told you that the banana isn't actually yellow? What if the color doesn't exist on the banana at all, but is created entirely inside your mind? This sounds impossible, but it's the amazing truth behind how we see. Our world is a kaleidoscope of color. We are surrounded by deep reds, vibrant greens, and brilliant blues. We navigate our lives using these color cues without a second thought. We wake up and choose our clothes based on color. We drive and obey traffic lights based on color. We even judge if food is fresh and good to eat based on its color. We implicitly trust what our eyes tell us. We make the constant subconscious decision that the color we perceive is the absolute truth of the object we are looking at. But perception is not reality. Your brain is constantly making its best guess about the world based on limited information. And that process is far more complex and fascinating than you might imagine. To pull back the curtain, we have to start with the source of all color, light. Light is a form of energy that travels through space in waves, like ripples on a pond. Imagine a vast spectrum of these energy waves, from very long radio waves to very short gamma rays. This is the electromagnetic spectrum, and it's mostly invisible to us. Our eyes are only able to detect a very, very small sliver of this entire spectrum. We call this tiny band the visible light spectrum. Within this tiny window of visible light, all the colors of the rainbow exist, each corresponding to a slightly different wavelength. Red has a longer wavelength, and violet has a shorter one. When white light from the sun, which contains all the colors mixed together, hits an object like a strawberry, the surface of that strawberry performs a magic trick. The strawberry's skin has pigments that absorb almost all of the light wavelengths. It soaks up the blues, the greens, the yellows, and the violets. However, it doesn't absorb the red light. Instead, the surface reflects those red wavelengths, bouncing them back out into the world. This reflected red light then travels in a straight line until it enters the front of your eye, passing through the clear, protective outer layer known as the cornea. Just behind your iris, the light passes through the lens. The lens acts like the focus on a camera, adjusting its shape to bend the light and project a sharp image onto the back of your eye. This inner back layer of the eye is called the retina. The retina is the screen where the outside world gets projected, but it's a very special kind of screen. It is covered with about 127 million microscopic light-sensitive cells. These cells are called photoreceptors, and they are responsible for converting light into brain signals. There are two main types of these photoreceptor cells, and they have very different jobs. They are called rods and cones. They can only see in black, white, and shades of gray. The cones are the cells that give us our colorful world. This is where things get truly interesting. You might think we have cones for every color, but we don't. Humans have only 3 types of color-detecting cone cells. Our entire experience of millions of colors is built from the signals of just these 3. The first type is often called the L cone because it is most sensitive to light with long wavelengths, which we perceive as red. The second type is the M cone, which responds best to medium wavelengths of light, which our brain interprets as green. And the third type is the S cone, which is triggered by short wavelength light, which we see as blue. Red, green, and blue are our primary colors of light. So when that red light reflected from the strawberry hits your retina, it strongly activates your red sensitive cones, but not so much your green or blue ones. This pattern of activation is then converted into a complex electrical signal. The retina isn't sending a picture of a strawberry to your brain, it's sending a coded message. That coded message travels at incredible speed along the optic nerve, a bundle of nerve fibers connecting your eye to the back of your brain. The signal arrives at the visual cortex, the part of your brain dedicated to processing sight. This is where the interpretation begins. Your brain reads the code that says, strong signal from the L cones, weak signal from the others. It instantly processes this information. Based on a lifetime of experience, your brain concludes that this specific signal means walk red. The experience of the color red happens entirely within your neural pathways. This is why color is not an objective property of an object, but a subjective experience. It's a translation. This process explains color blindness. If a person is missing one type of cone, their brain receives an incomplete code and cannot distinguish between certain colors, like red and green. It also explains bizarre internet phenomena, like the dress. People's brains made different assumptions about the lighting in the room where the photo was taken. Some brains subtracted blue light to compensate for what it thought was cool tone shading, seeing white and gold. Others subtracted yellow light, seeing blue and black. Both were valid interpretations of the same coded signal. This leads us to a profound insight. Your eyes are not perfect windows onto an objective reality. They are highly specialized data collectors. They capture a small fraction of the information available in the world, those red, green, and blue wavelengths, and convert it into a simple electrical code. Your brain is the true artist. It takes that simple three-color code and constructs the entire rich, nuanced, and colorful world that you perceive around you. The color red isn't out there in the strawberry. It is a sensation, a feeling, a beautiful and consistent illusion, crafted by your brain to help you make sense of the world. The practical solution here isn't to fix our eyes, but to shift our perspective. We can develop a sense of awe for the biological machinery we all carry around with us. Your brain is running a powerful, real-time simulation of reality, and it does it so flawlessly that you believe it's real. It paints your world into existence, moment by moment. So the next time you see a rainbow, remember that its breathtaking beauty is a personal masterpiece, co-created by the physics of light and the incredible interpretive power of your own mind.